crikey! You certainly get that noise that you would get from a 599XX. Now, for those of you taking a quick look at this video, you might think that you're looking at a Ferrari 599XX, and there's a reason for that. All of the panels, barring the roof and the doors, have been moulded from a genuine Ferrari 599XX. However, if you look a little bit closer and at the interior, you'll see that it's a little bit more sumptuous than a 599XX, and there's a reason for that too. This car started life as a Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano. This car isn't intended to be a balls-out race car like a Ferrari 599XX. It's designed to be a GT car with that little bit of essence of an XX thrown in for good measure. There's lashings of carbon fibre in here that's been added, but as you can see, it's still got some nice comfy seats. That'll be great if you decide to drive this thing down to the south of France. There's even a few extra creature comforts in here. You've even got wireless charging. And when you buy these things from Talos, you can spec it if you want with a full iPad screen, if you want a little bit more modern tech. But I want to check out this styling, so let's head round the back. I mean, when was the last time you saw a wing like this on a Ferrari? It's definitely the sort of flair that they've been missing in modern cars that's been coming out recently. And after speaking to the guys at Talos, I found out that all these parts, they're actually moulded from original XX parts, which is more expensive than buying original XX parts, because the chassis is slightly different on a 599 GTB, so they have to be modified, and then you have all new moulds to make. So the panels on this car has cost about £500,000 just to produce. Now, with that attention to detail in mind, what I really want to know is, what's this thing like to drive? Now, the engine, along with everything else in this car, has been taken out, stripped and fully rebuilt, but better. It's been reworked, including the internals of the engine, so it's putting out similar sort of power that you get in a 599 GTO, about 660 brake horsepower. So the way that this thing revs up is insane, and then the noise of it with that exhaust system, it sounds like a full-blown race car. It sounds like those XX cars, but you don't get the drawbacks. You've got a 599 single clutch semi-automatic gearbox, which has been tweaked with the 599 GTO map on it, so it changes up quicker, and then you get those bonkers downshifts. Now, the reason Talos started with a 599 GTB instead of a 599XX and making it roadworthy is because a 599XX on the road simply just wouldn't be very good. There's all the work that goes into making a car suitable for a racetrack, and you feel like you have to undo most of that work for it to actually work on the road. At least this way around, you're enhancing what's a great GT car and making it more and more focused for drivers. Now, all that carbon fibre bodywork that this now has, of course, saves a fair bit of weight. However, the additional bits, such as that rear wing, did add some weight back onto it, along with the suspension system. Now, in terms of ride, it's actually sublime. I've been on a couple of bumpy roads this morning and it rides them so well. Now that's mainly down to the TTX digital suspension that this has. You can change the settings with your phone. We're currently in a mode that's perfect for your average A and B road blast, but you can go softer or harder depending on the road or whether you find yourselves on a racetrack. I guess this car is sort of a Restomod. You wouldn't necessarily think about it because it only started out life as a 15-year-old car. And then having all that work redone to it, sort of almost feels too new for a Restomod, but it's effectively the same thing. And then it's been done faithfully to Ferrari designs with all these 599XX bits on it. But even the bodywork had to be completely redone to be accepted onto a 599 GTB chassis. Oh, I just can't get over that noise. Oh! The turning is fantastic for a big GT car. Bang! Straight in on that power. Ride a wave of noise and power and torque. I mean, F1 cars used to sound like that, and that's when F1 was at its greatest. I'm going to get the window down. Oh, that overrun! Oh, there was like a big crackle as I did a mega down change. But it's not uncomfortable to drive or anything. You've got all the drama that you want. You've got the noise, you've got the looks. The only thing you haven't got is the bumpiness or that sort of completely ripped out interior that you get in a race car. Now, if you don't want an ASBO exhaust like this, you can spec that. In fact, you can spec pretty much anything when you go to order your Talos 599XX. Even if 660 brake horsepower isn't enough for you, they can handle that. They can even put the engine in it from an Enzo. It really is whatever goes. But to keep these things exclusive, they are keeping them limited to just 5 units. Which, considering the work that's gone into developing everything, how they want to make it handle and all those body panels, seems like such a waste. I have no doubt that you could happily sit in this thing and do some serious long miles. But then when you get onto that perfect road that you just think, I want something hardcore. Drop it down a cog, give it the beans. It really has got that drama and that analog feel that you want, and it's just something that you don't get in what's now classed as the latest and greatest. Crazy car. That's what it is. It's a crazy car. When you consider the engineering which has gone into what was already a great car, it's sort of a shame they're only going to make 5 of these. And as far as specs go, the sky's the limit. Now, I know Enzo was never a fan of having his cars modified, but surely this being to the spec of one of his race cars, do you think he could live with it? Let us know in the comments below.